Good morning and welcome to this course from Humanity, which is all about how people in the environmental education space can use artificial intelligence to better promote and advertise and engage their audience using AI. My name is Lee Mallon and I will kind of guide you through this process over the next 10 different modules. Now, this course is very condensed, it's very much an introductory course. It assumes no prior technical abilities, and most of the tools we are going to use are either free for a set amount of usage or cost under $10 for you to try. Now, let's get started to explain what this course will cover. Through this program, the intention is to kind of hit these 10 particular modules. The modules should cover all aspects of storytelling, particularly using AI. So first of all, I'll just give you an introduction about myself and kind of how we got here. Then we'll lead on to module 2, which is around framing the world. That is how climate action or just general education action always resolves around fear. And there is a potential avenue to flip the switch and make it more around inspiration for certain situations. And with artificial intelligence, we're able to do this very well. Then in chapter 3, module 3, we will go into a bit of AI fundamentals, where just kind of explain to you what artificial intelligence is, and more importantly, a lot of the buzzwords, and kind of demystify them so you're aware of what people are talking about when they throw out certain key phrases. Then we're going to go into the creation aspect. So in module 4, we're going to talk to our information, and what this means is grabbing PDFs, reports, documents, Excel spreadsheets, etc., and feeding them into AI so that we can communicate with that information using natural language, which is the thing that the majority of us are able to do. Then we're going to start generating text in many different form factors. Then we're going to move on to the visual aspect, where we can generate imagery by describing what we want or providing other images to then use that as a base, and really hone into people who think in that visual kind of fashion. After we've done images, we're then going to go into sound, but not just music. We're going to do music, sound effects, and also narration through speech, and how powerful that can be for your messaging. And then we're going to wrap all this stuff by turning all these things and putting them all together and constructing a video. Then in the 9th module, we're going to touch on how you can use artificial intelligence, how you can make these inspirational pieces of content maybe more interactive. Because what we're going to do in module 9 is show you how you can do the same type of things that someone who can code software, and you can do it all with natural language. And then we'll finish off in module 10, where we'll just wrap things up. Because what I'm going to show you today is basically the kind of cutting edge of what is available right now. And this thing is moving very fast. So just to give you a heads up about what is around the corner. So my name is Lee Mallon. I ran a digital innovation and software agency in the UK for about 10 years. Then I decided to travel around the world with my wife and 2 children. And now we are based in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates, which is, in my opinion, the home and the growth area of artificial intelligence in the world. The thesis I have around where artificial intelligence is going is kind of summarized in this book I wrote called DKR. If you would like a complimentary copy, there is a link and a QR code in module 10. I kind of want to pose to you an interesting question, which is, why now? Why should you be embracing AI? Why is AI stuck on this monumentous kind of shift and hype within both the technical community and also the wider kind of mainstream media? And the main reason is there's been this breakthrough, which we'll dive into a bit more details in the AI fundamentals chapter, where for the very first time, the AI is now using how we communicate as its default mechanic. And what I mean by that is we have used things like, keyboards and mouse and screens and touch and swipes to compromise how we communicate with others through voice, through language. And we've basically put up this kind of like interface through these peripherals to get technology to do what we want. But the reality is now we don't need to do this. We can now almost 100% communicate with technology through natural language and both get a humanistic response, but also have that natural language turned into interesting and amazing things with limited technical skills and background. I want to give you an example. So, of course, I'm technical, and this will be very much out of the current capabilities of many of you watching, but just to give you a frame of where this stuff is going. So, as I mentioned, I traveled with my family, and one aspect of travel was that we found it very difficult to find, activities for children in cities as we went around the world. So I created basically a review TripAdvisor for children using artificial intelligence. Now, it's a completely fake website that I did in a weekend, but it basically gives you a list of 234 countries, capital cities around the world, and then for each capital city, it has 10 children's activities, and for each activity, it has a 1,000-word review, synopsis of what that activity is, and then even has some reviews that have been AI generated. And the reason I'm telling you this is because though I am technical, this website, which comprised of 2,607 pages, probably a similar 3,000-ish images, 450 fake AI generated reviews. It took me 15 hours to create, and it cost me in just compute in generating mainly the images and the text about $53. And the reason I tell you this is for two things. One, it just shows how accessible this technology is becoming, how people like me who are very technical can create this stuff in a very small amount of time and for a very low cost. But that will trickle through the iterative steps and get to people who are not technical. And I estimate by the end of the year, someone with no technical skills would be able to create the same thing within the same time period, probably for less cost. And the reason that this is so powerful and so interesting is because to be able to say, here is a TripAdvisor for children, here's a TripAdvisor that's been completely generated, all the images of the cities, of the activities were all created, it's because showing people stuff, giving them a visual representation of it, is typically a lot more powerful than a 100-page report that only those who already believe will read. So for me, the reason for this course, the reason why I hope you're watching it or you get some value from it, is because I think that we can better story tell using artificial intelligence. We can give domain experts and people passionate about problems access to the technology to do some very interesting things. And I just want to show you that by the end of this course, you're going to be able to create a video like what I'm about to show you. And just to frame it, this video is 100% AI generated. It's got some human editing in, but all the text, all the video, all the music, all the narration was all generated by AI.
Imagine a future where we promote climate action not out of fear, but through inspiration. What if our future cities became beacons of clean, renewable energy rather than decaying landscapes beyond our help? Today, we introduce City 2047. Witness firsthand what capital cities from around the world will look like, driven by fear, but also by inspiration. See what Rome, Mexico, or Singapore might look like in 2047. Find your city and discover whether it is fear or inspiration that motivates you to embrace change.
So as you can see there, that is a very compelling and engaging story. And that only took me maybe an hour and a half to put together with no need of any additional media people. And this is what I hope you'll be able to create by the end of this course. So that is it for our introductory episode. The plan is now we'll move on to module 2, which is around framing the world. I hope you enjoy the course. Any feedback, any comments, please let me know. Thank you.